All right. So Upton Sinclair wrote a book in 1906 called The Jungle, which exposed Chicago's corrupt meatpacking facilities. He is a muckraker. You need to remember that. Teddy Roosevelt was outraged and demanded an investigation, which led to the passage of the Meat Inspection Act. That's what you need to know for your test. Because of The Jungle, we passed the Meat Inspection Act, which says that all of your meat has to be inspected by the U.S. government, okay? So, it's actually inspected by the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, okay? All right, so if you look right here, I want to ask you, do you think this picture was taken before or after the Meat Inspection Act?
After.
How can you tell?
I don't know, I can't see that far, I'm guessing.
Okay. Does anybody know why this was taken after?
It just looks cleaner.
It does look cleaner than what I've described.
It's sorted by meat. I mean, different things.
They are
Somebody
sorted.
Inspecting.
The inspector. He's sitting there writing, right? He's inspecting the meat. So, we have a political cartoon, okay? We have Teddy Roosevelt. You can always tell Teddy Roosevelt in political cartoons because he usually has a cowboy hat on because he was a cowboy. He always has his trademark round glasses, okay? He was pretty blind. And he sometimes is dressed like Uncle Sam a little bit, you know? He's a very patriotic president. Plus his mustache gives it away as well. So what's Teddy doing? Teddy is, it says meat scandal here, right? Teddy's holding his nose while he rakes the rotten meat, right? Who is behind him in this whole investigation? Who is supporting the president? You could tell because they're literally behind him in the cartoon. Well, this is the Congress building, right? The Capitol. So this is saying that Congress is supporting President Roosevelt when dealing with the meat scandal. And that's how we got the Meat Inspection Act, okay? All right, moving on. Public health, okay? We're going to continue on with the progressives trying to make Americans healthier. All right, Dr. Harvey Wiley, this guy right here, he goes out and he buys random items from the grocery store. And he's a scientist, okay? He's not just some regular guy in government. He brings them back to his laboratory and he investigates them. He examines them. And he realizes that they had formaldehyde, which is that juice that they put in dead people, that were in the pork and beans, okay? The stuff that you buy. And also they had borax found in the sausage. Y'all, borax is an ingredient in soap. They were trying to make the sausage not stink, so they literally put soap in it, okay? So, Dr. Wiley brings his findings to Congress, and they pass another progressive law, like the Meat Inspection Act, the Pure Food and Drug Act. Okay, now let's just stop right there. Don't look at this yet, okay? Listen to the name of the law. The Pure Food and Drug Act, right? It sounds like we're going to purify our food and our drugs, right? Wrong. That's not what the Pure Food and Drug Act is. That's what students get wrong on the leap. The Pure Food and Drug Act does not ban harmful ingredients at all. Cocaine was still legal. You could buy it from Sears at this point. It would literally ship it to you. You could buy heroin from Sears. They would give you the needle and the spoon with it, okay? So, what it does, instead of banning harmful substances, it says if you're going to feed Americans harmful products, you must be truthful in labeling. So if you're going to put cocaine in the Coca-Cola, fine. Go ahead. Put it on the label. Okay? Because when a parent goes to pick up soft drinks for their kid, and they look at two different packages, one says, hey, this one has a bunch of cocaine in it. Oh, this one doesn't. Well, which one are you going to choose for your 5-year-old's birthday party? If you're a really bad parent, you probably hop them up on cocaine. I get it, okay? But most parents don't choose that. So, if you got 2 cans of beans, and one says on the ingredients, beans. The other one says beans and formaldehyde. Same price. Which one are you going to choose? Probably just the one that says beans. Maybe a little bit of salt in there too, right? All right, anyway. So, Pure Food and Drug Act does not ban harmful ingredients. It demands accurate and truthful labeling. You could not claim that a drug, for instance, did something that it didn't do. That was truth in advertising, okay? So they had people out there selling alcohol in a bottle, and they said it was a miracle cure for cancer. You know, just drink this and you'll feel all better. I'll bet, you know. If you drink that much alcohol, you're not going to feel your cancer anymore for the day. You know, that's the kind of crap they were pulling. All right, moving on. Okay, so another progressive change, this is one we've covered already twice now, I think, is the 16th Amendment. The 16th Amendment to the Constitution is always on the leap. You need to know what it is. It's the progressive income tax. Progressives wanted the more affluent, or rich, if y'all remember the word, which is the last vocabulary word on your list, they wanted the rich people to pay more taxes, percentage-wise, than poor people. So the more you make, the more the government takes. And this is how they wanted to achieve economic reform. So the question on the test, if you want to write it down, how did the progressives achieve economic reform? What's the answer? Well, there could be two answers. One, I could say 16th Amendment. Or it would also be correct if I said the progressive income tax. It's the same thing. You need to know that this is the progressive income tax, okay? All right, the last couple of things, we've got a few little definitions here to get out of the way. Recall is whenever you remove a politician early from office. Progressives really wanted this because there were a lot of rotten people in the Gilded Age that were taking money from the robber barons, and they wanted to kick them out as soon as they figured out that that's what they were doing. Direct primary. Political party members nominate their candidates instead of party leaders. This is actually very closely related to the 17th Amendment, which is direct election of U.S. senators. Okay? Now, that is the end of your chapter. And we got one little last picture right here. Got a couple of guys chilling on the street around the turn of the century. And I think this is from Chicago. So that's basically the style of dress in the early 1900s. Okay?